Oh,
It worked.
maybe it was because of the Wi-Fi.
Maybe.
You had to turn it off.
Maybe.
How is everyone doing on this fine day? It's been quite a while.
You know, the Fine Day, it literally looks like the movie. If you've ever seen the movie One Fine Day, that's what it looks like outside.
Is that a movie?
One Fine Day. It's a great movie. George Clooney.
Why is this what we're doing? We're talking like that?
I won't talk
So I guess we'll get
it's your thing.
I guess we'll get the non-fun stuff out of the way first, right?
It's your thing.
So as anybody who follows the news around Central Florida and around Disney knows that they've announced major layoffs.
Well, if anybody who listens to the news here in California,
too,
yeah, it's everywhere, because even people 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours away are, texting us, asking us what's going on. So it's all over the place. And naturally, hi Diana. Naturally, Disney World is a big thing. And anytime Disney announces something, the world is listening. Disney, like the president. If it speaks, everyone listens.
I don't know about everybody.
Everybody hears it.
Okay, whatever. So, basically, what's happening with me is we're just waiting. Really, I mean, it's a little people. Some people that don't know maybe the inner workings of like Disney. It's not really Disney. It's more the unions. Like the way it was always explained to me is we don't really work for Disney, right? We work for the unions that have a contract with Disney to provide labor for certain jobs, right? So you're working for Disney, but you more or less work for the union who has a contract through Disney. So we don't really know what's going on, so to speak. We know that there's layoffs. We know that people are losing their jobs left and right. We know that's really all we know. It's just a waiting game. We know the first round of announcements is going to be at or around, that's the verbiage, at or around November 1st, which is fastly approaching. It's the 19th. So that gives, a couple weeks, give or take, before we find out the decision. And on top of all that big news, that's also the presidential election is right. It's at or around November 1st. No, that actually has a date. I think it's the 3rd or the 4th.
And let me tell you, I can't wait until the 4th.
Of course, it would be before the holidays. I've heard that a lot from people that ask me, and honestly, I don't think it was planned that way.
No, it definitely wasn't planned that way.
I think, an honest opinion from me, I think Disney is doing their best to try and save as many jobs as they can, but between the coronavirus rules about the social distancing, the capacity limits, Disney doesn't want anybody to get sick, obviously. There's just not enough money coming in. There's not enough things that are open to support all these people. Like, there's still resorts that are closed. There's still restaurants that are closed. There's still entertainment offerings that are closed. I mean, they still don't do the fireworks. I mean, everything it's opening slowly. Like, I think they're opening animation soon. They opened Coronado Springs or the new tower just recently. So, I mean, it's slowly getting there, but it's to the point where they can't sustain 70,000 people when they only need half of them to actually be working. It just makes no sense. And they have to make cutbacks somewhere, which from a business standpoint is understandable. I mean, they were operating at full capacity and making a boatload of money so they could sustain all those people, but now they're not. They don't have the trams in the parking lots. Even something as basic as the trams in the parking lot that provides X amount of jobs, but they're not using them, so they don't need those people. It's not like they want to fire them; they just don't need them.
And it's just like whether they open the hotels or not, they're still at a limited capacity in the hotels, so they're not fully. I mean, for the capacity, they're fully booked, but not fully booked to every single room is occupied. And that's with every hotel. So I'm sure if you put all the people and all the guests down into one room, you'd probably have a total of 2 hotels.
Well, maybe
full of people if you use those numbers like that.
And I mean, this is my opinion. I don't have any like insider information, but the people that are here now are all Floridians, annual pass holders, locals. Those people don't spend as much money as people that are coming here from Europe or people that are here on their once in a lifetime trip. Those people spend thousands of dollars in the course of a week. Locals don't do that. I know when we went, we hardly spent any money. If we maybe bought a couple snacks, a couple drinks, and maybe ate dinner there, but most of the time we ate before we went. So we didn't spend a lot of money there. And I know other annual pass holders that go there that spend like no money there. So it's not really giving them any money. Yeah, the person may be in the park. There may be attendance, but they're not spending any money.
No, and I've read several annual pass holder pages where people go in with a lunchbox filled with their lunch that they eat throughout the day, bottles of water that they drink their water, because Disney gives water for free, so they drink their water. They have little packages, Gatorade or Propel, to make their water taste a little bit better. So, the locals and the annual pass holders, they know the tricks. They know how to save the money while also having fun at the same time. So no, I don't think that they'd be getting lots of revenue from the annual pass holders and the locals. I don't know if the parks are open to other states, other people besides annual pass holders.
They are.
Are they? Okay, so they're open to that, and I'm sure.
The problem is the people can't get here. Between
yeah.
travel restrictions from Europe, all those travel restrictions, right? There's also a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people don't have money to go to Disney. Disney is a luxury. It's an extra. If it's between going to Disney and keeping your lights on, guess what? You're going to keep your lights on instead of go to Disney. You know what I mean?
And a lot of people fear planes.
Right. And a lot of people just don't want to travel right now.
Right.
And people are scared they're going to lose their job. So people don't, even if they have the money, they don't want to spend the money because they may lose their job. It's a combination of all these things. And that's why, Disney has to lay people off. I know some people have negative things to say about it, but if you look at it from a very logical, non-emotional standpoint, I understand. It's just there's no money there. So, and people are like, well, Disney has a ton of money. They do have a ton of money, but they also have a lot of things to pay for. Like, my dad used to always tell me, it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you spend $10,000 a month and you only make $8,000 a month, you're still in the hole. If you make $1 million a month and you spend $2 million a month, you're still in the hole. It really doesn't matter. They just don't have enough coming in. They also need to turn a profit. They have shareholders, they have investors, they have all these people that want them to turn a profit, coronavirus or no coronavirus. So it's just, if you look at it from a logical business standpoint, it makes sense.
I gotta tell you, I would love to see the books of where and how much all that money goes to every month. Where it all goes to every single person, shareholders, this, that, everybody, and how much it all comes back in and how much goes out, and how I would love to see those numbers.
I'm sure it's an accounting nightmare.
I'm sure that account manager, whatever, has got gray hair and can't just.
No, I can imagine there's a floor, if not floors, of accountants that work on that.
Man,
you gotta think they have. When you just think of one park, right, Magic Kingdom, you have several restaurants, several stores, the tickets. You have all the little popcorn kiosks and stuff. All that stuff has to be accounted for. Expenses, this, that, every little thing. And yeah, it's a nightmare. I can imagine it's a nightmare.
Man, can I just imagine? I just want to see the final number that goes in and that goes out.
Well, yeah, that'd be easier. But just imagine, just imagine doing your own personal budget, right? Which is very, the grand scheme of things, most people don't have a lot of expenses, right? It's like 10, 15 things a month, right? Mm-hmm. Imagine if you had to do that for every little thing in the park times freaking 300. You know what I mean? It would just be absolutely no. I know I canned and froze almost double
this year because I'm afraid of my son-in-law losing his job with the COVID.
And froze.
Canned food and froze things in case not as much money will come in.
Yeah, not as much. Yeah, it's that's what I'm talking about. People are just scared. Just like Mary and I, we're scared. We losing your job's never good.
No.
So you got to find another one.
So
And
we have
we've been working on some contingency plans
right.
just in case it happens.
I told Matt, I think we should look, he's always like, oh, you're always 20 steps ahead. I want to be 20 steps ahead because I want to see, and you always say, why are you always 20 steps ahead? I'm 20 steps ahead because okay, so what are we supposed to do now? Well, I have this plan. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, what about then? Da, 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 I have all these plans. I have these plans in my head so that I'm always 20 steps ahead. I'm always ahead of something.
Probably scoot over. Half your body's missing.
It's okay. I'm always ahead of something that's going to happen. I'm always ahead of, if this happens, we have this. If this happens or we can't do this, hey, I have a better idea.
But the problem, like right now, right, we're working on a couple things, and the problem I always tell Mary, why I say you're 20 steps ahead, because she doesn't know what to do now, which is important because what to do now will get you to the 20 steps farther ahead that she's at. So if she can't do what's ready now, she can't get to the 20th step.
And I will tell you, my brain is on overdrive because I am more so 50 to 100 steps ahead in my brain. So I can't stop.
Mary's putting the carriage before the horse.
Oh, yeah. The horse is crippled back there.
The horse is getting dragged by the carriage.
Yes. I'm trying to put all my ducks in a basket, but it's difficult to work on an important task that needs to be done right now, that can be done right now, because I feel like if I don't make an effort to make a few more steps ahead, that I'll lose focus and I'll lose the potential of something else, if that makes any sense.
And you didn't miss anything, Mom. And Diana, if he would lose his job, it would be up to me to provide for 4 of us all on the bills on my disability. Yeah, that can be rather difficult.
Yeah.
I don't know what you get on disability, but I know usually it's not a lot. Which is that's what I'm talking about. And that's, people talk about the layoffs and they're all, oh, Disney's bad, Disney's this, but they got no choice, Like I said, just because Disney has all this money, they don't want to pay people to do nothing, right? Just like those tram drivers, they're not using them. So if they hire them back, they're not going to do anything. That's their job there. And people are like, well, the live entertainers are getting fired or laid off. Sorry,
but
you can't interact with it. They can't do their job. So it's not Disney. They don't want to get rid of them. They want them there because that's why people come, is to see, see the princesses, see the characters. Obviously, they're very limited right now, but Disney knows people come there to see that. So if they could keep them there, if it was financially smart to keep them there, they would. So they're kind of caught in a catch-22. So they're working it out. You can't really blame them, really.
No, it's just. It's going to be fun. Like I said, between now and the 1st, which isn't a lot of time, to, I guess, get our ducks in a row to figure out what to do next. So we have a couple of ideas, thoughts, and whatever. We've talked and more talked every day to try and figure out our next move and what would be smarter and what would be better for us, the kids, and we're just trying to move forward.
My union, which is the Craft Maintenance Council, which is like a group of many different unions that's developed this council for negotiating power, whatever. The whole union thing, I don't know. But they negotiated with them to basically, it's all the skilled trades and stuff like that. So they negotiated to basically November 1st is the day. And that's really it. So we're in a waiting game. I keep checking the date like it's going to change from second to second, but it's still only the 19th.
Right.
I'm still sitting here, and it's still only the 19th.
It's I don't know really what to say about it, honestly. It's scary. It's scary because you don't know. I hate the unknown. November 1st will be the day people are
Of reckoning.
The November 1st is the day where we will find out if Matthew is laid off or not.
On or around.
Whatever.
Okay, get it right. On or around.
So the unknown is extremely suffocating. The unknown.
That's really the whole.
The unknown. I hate the unknown. It's like a dark tunnel.
That's really the only thing that really annoys me about the whole situation
Yeah.
is just the waiting and the unknown. You don't know if you are the picked one or in the group of people that were picked.
You know, kind of like say, hey, Matt, guess what? I think maybe it might happen to you, buddy. Get your crap together. You know, like, help me, damn it. It's scary time for a lot of people. I have a few months of food storage, but it's up. So if it does happen, then my money can cover bills and not worry about feeding us. See, that's good. That's great. I don't know.
And don't forget about your Trump check.
That would be great. That would be really awesome.
I wouldn't hold my breath for another one.
I'm not holding my breath, but
not to get political, but they can't agree on anything.
I'm hoping that's another duck that I can put in my basket. I don't know, to be honest. I did stop my weekend fun, going to like Kirkland's and going to all these stores because it's a wait. You know what? Let's just hold off. Let's just wait. We don't need to buy anything. I don't need another thing. But I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, to be honest.
There's nothing to say.
There's not much to say.
It's all out of your control.
Right. And
it's all out of your control.
Just knock on wood that
it works out.
It works in our favor.
Either way.
It works out in our favor.
Either way.
In our favor.
Well, that's what I mean. Works out in our favor either way. Because you know what they say about opportunities. One door closes, another one may open.
Right. And the grass is not always greener on the other side. But I'm hoping that choices and decisions and ducks and steps all come to a head and say, yep, go for it. So I'm just hoping that everything goes as smoothly as I'd like it to. Yeah.
It ain't gonna happen.
Because if not, screw Weight Watchers and meat and chocolate cake. Because I'm done. I gotta say, okay, because of all of this, I'm not gonna lie, I have been nighttime munching. Okay, and I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop nibbling.
Don't do it.
I can't because I'm all stressed out. My tea's not enough.
You just don't do it.
I'm having a hard time. Every once in a while, I have a hard time trying to, figure out what to do with myself.
I'm eating Lucky's dinosaur.
See, we're going crazy here. He's eating dinosaurs, and I'm eating chocolate cake.
Everyone's splurging with their Trump check. I put mine into extra food to put up on top of the food to put up from the garden. That was probably the smart thing to do, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely the smart thing to do. Unfortunately, in our situation, I don't have space to food overload. I don't have the space, and I it's not a place for us, if that were to happen, to be able to accomplish such things.
There's really not a lot of space in our little apartment here to even really prep for anything.
Right.
Even I've been trying to prep for the zombie apocalypse, and there's just no room. I can't get my wire mesh for the windows. I can't get my barbed wire. I can't get my bats. Nothing. It's ridiculous.
So, I mean, we have, I got canned food under my beds, on counters. See, I don't have, like I said, I don't have that space. And if I could put canned food underneath my bed, the kids would probably roll them and play it and throw them all over the house.
Honestly, we already have stuff under our bed because we have no room.
I have no room for anything.
We've used every nook and cranny in this house to store our stuff. And that's even after throwing a bunch of crap out. There's enough space in this house to accommodate your furniture, and that's about it. Like there's no real storage in this house.
Yeah, and we're even, I mean, I know this is stupid, but we're saying to ourselves, if we can't put a Christmas tree in our house, how are we going to do anything?
Yeah, there's no room for a Christmas tree.
Because, I mean, we have no room for a Christmas tree living like normal human beings. Like, this is normal human being furniture. This is normal life. It's not like we bought all this crazy stuff to be super big and cool. This is the normal life living room. But we have no place to put our Christmas tree. So
I think Christmas tree is kind of the bottom of the worry list right now.
It's just it's a step.
You're way far ahead.
I know.
But yeah, so there's no storage in this house, so there's really no room to prep for anything. I mean,
and my November 12th decoration things, God knows if that's going to happen now. You might get lucky.
You should see our bedroom. It's just full of
stuff.
My
God.
It's just boxes and boxes of stuff. It's so, I don't know, debilitating to go into that room because it's just like it's almost like we're hoarders, but I promise you we're not. And we're probably quite the opposite of hoarders, but there's just nowhere to put anything.
Right. And we've gone through our stuff and we've thrown so much stuff away. I just went through Lucky's room this past weekend and threw between Lucky and Bella's room 3 garbage bags, a whole wagon full of toys.
And honestly, it doesn't look any different.
It doesn't look any different. I mean, I literally threw away tons of stuff, and it doesn't even look any different. Like all those little McDonald's toys and all that all went in the garbage. I threw all the little missing extra pieces, threw them all in the garbage. Toys that he doesn't use anymore, threw them in the garbage. I threw tons of stuffed animals away. I got rid of a lot of stuff, and
there's still stuff everywhere.
Right. And I'm also in my mind prepping for having to just
there he is.
Throw everything in a box.
Because you can't say his name. It's like he gets summoned.
There he is. Can you say hi? Say hi, everybody.
Say hi, everybody. My name's Lucky.
My name's Lucky.
I'm 4.
I'm 4.
And I poop my pants.
And I go potty.
Stop talking like a baby. You're 4.
I go potty.
That's great. What is happening?
My mom keeps texting me. My mom keeps texting me. She's very worried.
I mean, as any parent would and should be, I get it. I completely understand.
There's nothing to talk about. That's it.
We know as much as we just told you.
November 1st.
Believe me, I know. This is.
That's all we know. Trust me. We have dissected this as fellow cast members working as we talk and work through the night. We have dissected this from every angle, every possible way we've talked about. Trust me. And there's just no answer. You got your rumors and your sources and this and that, but it's just it's all conflicting. So you don't know what's going on. One person says this, another says that, another says this, another says that. You just don't know what's going on. And we proved it
because one, fellow cast members, etc., people he's spoken to said, the sky's going to be green. We called a source and asked, hey, is the sky going to be green? And they said, no. So, or we don't have an answer for you. We have no idea. I don't know how you got that information. So, we don't know if the information is different per person, per level, per whatever. We have no idea. So literally we know as much as we just gave you, as much information as we gave you. And that's why it's become so suffocating and so hard for us to make a decision or to try to have a backup because we don't know what's going to happen. We have no idea. We just sit here and we wait for November 1st or in or around November 1st.
In or on or around.
Whatever. I have a 70-foot trailer. My laundry room is 6x9, and I put shelves in there for food and piled cases of food in there to the point I have enough room to walk to the washer and open the fryer and dryer. Hey, as long as you're stocked up and you've got what you need, broom doesn't really. I mean, you can only do the best you can. Unfortunately, I can't do that here. The less I have for the children to attack, the better. We just have to, when the time comes, we'll just have to make our decision and talk about our next move. But of course, we will let you all know what happens to us and what our decisions, choices, and ducks and steps and moves and
baskets. We mentioned baskets at some point, right?
Ducks and baskets. Yeah, we'll let you know. We will let you guys know what Belly. We will let you guys know what is going to happen. Luciano. He knows when he hears that name, he gets in trouble.
You got in trouble.
Stop it. Does Daddy look like a jungle gym or does he look like Daddy?
I'm an old decrepit man, falling apart at the seams.
So that's all we got. But no kids allowed in there because I've had stuff fall on me. Right.
That sounds like a safety hazard,
yeah,
Diana. I'm
you
not gonna
probably
lie.
shouldn't do that. Maybe, you know what you should do? You should maybe get that plastic wrap or even like Reynolds wrap or something and maybe just like tie it together so that if you bang into it or whatever, it won't fall on you. Just for safety purposes. I mean, I think they're at Walmart for like $10 roll. You can roll your stuff. He's so innocent.
He's not innocent. He's the guiltiest person in his house. Anything that goes wrong, it's this guy's fault.
Lucky, were you a good boy today? Lucky, were you a bad boy today?
You're innocent, just like everybody in jail, right?
Right.
You're innocent.
But that is basically what's been going on. We haven't really done a lot of videos, a lot of live streams and videos because we can't get our heads straight to do it with this talk and this conversation and all this stuff about work, school, it's the house and trying to get my ducks in their basket. It's becoming a bit suffocating, to be honest. The diet that we're doing, the exercise we have to add into our day, all these things take into effect in our day, and it just becomes a little overwhelming. And especially for me, and I'm the one really who does makes the videos and edits the videos. So, I mean, you could blame it all on me. It's really my fault that I'm not so in tune with the YouTube, but it just becomes a little overwhelming for me to get on the computer and do what I have to do because I literally can't do anything. Right.
Look how innocent.
Stop. I literally can't do anything in my day without a distraction, without being stopped, without Bella and her computer and her school and this. It's sometimes it's a little much right now, but I am doing the best I can. We're all still alive. So at the end of the day, I'm happy that we're all still alive.
But we have to go. We have to prep for our evening.
Ugh.
I have to go to work, and
God.
Mary has to do Mary things. Oh, stop picking on Lucky. I think Lucky's picking on me. So we will see you guys next week on Coffee Time. We promise we will do it. And till next time, this is Mary.
And this is Matt. And that guy, little monkey over there is Lucky.
And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Say good night.
Good night.
Say, I'm going to go wreck havoc now.
I'm gonna go wreck that.
Wreck it, Lucky.